How beautiful. I was going to look out the window and say, isn't it wonderful to be here on a white, frosty day? But we know what it's like out there. Isn't it gorgeous today? All that white for our white stone ceremony. Oops, I forgot my. How many of you have participated in the white stone ceremony before? So no matter how many times you have, I invite you to come to this ceremony with a beginner's mind, beginner's heart. Just as those who are here for the first time are here with curiosity and openness to experience this white stone ritual. Now, this practice was established during the Roman times. I just realized this is kind of in the way. I should have had a head mic, but let me see if I can make this work better. I'm going to take this off. So during the Roman times, it was a custom to give prisoners a white stone with a new name on it as when they were released from prison. Thank you. To show that they were free. Only people who were freed from prison were given such a white stone. They didn't get papers or documentation, but a white stone, a stone to write a new name on. This meant that everything in the past was complete. They had served their sentence and they were free to start a new life. The white stone is mentioned in a verse found in the book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 17. Let anyone who has an ear listen to what the Spirit is saying to the churches. To everyone who conquers, who overcomes, I will give some of the hidden manna. And I will give a white stone, and on the white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. One of the early metaphysicians, Emily Cady, in the book Lessons in Truth, a much-loved Unity book written in 1903, speaks about this verse. She focuses on the word manna, which means the word of God, as being heard in the secret place of the Most High in each of us, where Spirit, the indwelling Christ, resides, and that Spirit has a message for each one of us. It's from these powerful references that two Unity ministers, Reverends David and Gay Williamson, created this transformative ritual called the White Stone Ceremony. And today, we claim freedom. What do you think about that? Is that a good idea? Claim freedom? All right. Today, we claim a new beginning for ourselves, and then we write down the name, the message, that Spirit, the God inside, our Christ consciousness, has for us, and we'll symbolically write it on the white stone, or the white tile today representing the white stone. You notice we didn't pass them out ahead of time, because I have found in the past, people want to write on that stone right away. And this is not an intellectual mind exercise. This is an exercise of the mind synced up with the heart, synced up with our core wisdom. And from that secret place of the Most High within you, mine, I sense, is in my heart. It might be different for you. We're going to listen. Fully listen, open and complete and receptive to what our own Christ consciousness wants to share with us, to put on that white stone today. And so this ceremony is a way to enter the new year with a clean slate. Some of you began that process last week with Burning Bowl. Who was here for the Burning Bowl? I wasn't here this time. And so you started that releasing, noticing what is done, what is complete, what am I ready to lay down? As I gather the wisdom of the life experience that I've had, but I don't need to carry the burdens anymore. What are the burdens I can lay down? And as I said, today's White Stone ceremony is about freedom, about moving past ways that no longer serve you, moving past the limiting beliefs and contracts and vows and covenants, moving past your beliefs of what you can and cannot be, do, and have in this life. Sometimes our lives change and we are challenged. A physical transition of a loved one, loss of a job, a dear friend moves away. So many ways that we can experience losses that are significant to us. Notice some of your losses may not seem significant to someone else, but to you, for reasons personal to you, it has been significant. And perhaps some of you are going through some kind of adversity right now, which is highly challenging. And the invitation is to allow the experiences that we're having to be experienced in the container of the Christ consciousness, of knowing that our divine nature is of the creative source. And no matter what's happening in our personal life, we are not walking the path alone. We remember we are not separate. Even in the midst of stillness, with no other life around, we affirm we are connected to the source of all life. Therefore, our divine nature is our truth, and that truth holds us. And so a breakdown in the old structures allows a breakthrough to sacredly evolved version of our life. And knowing that we evolve ongoingly. Every second, something is shifting within our physical biology. And perhaps I know the person that all of us walked into the room today is not going to be exactly the same person that walks out. We're constantly evolving. Now, the gift of adversity is that we don't often realize that we have certain beliefs until they pop up and smack us in the face. Anyone ever had a thought or want to say something, you go, holy crow, I thought I was beyond that. And suddenly, there it is. And so the adversity allows us to look in the mirror and go, hello, gosh, where did that come from? What's that all about? Why did you show up in that way? What is it you want me, you being my high self, what does my high self, my God self, want me to recognize in the mirror of that moment so that I can be more consciously aware, what am I thinking? What am I speaking? And what am I actioning? And I remind myself quite often, no, just because I think something doesn't mean I have to say it out loud or share it. And I've found on the other side of adversities in my life when I made the decision to stop and be still and to access my divine self. And to access the support that's available to me in that sacred place of the Most High. I could feel and know that I was going to be all right. Anyone else relate to that? In the depth of a darkness, perhaps so deep that there was a part of you that thought it was not going to be able to draw another breath. And there we drew another breath. The challenge? Well, it hasn't always gone away. It's been there. But shifting how I perceive it has literally been a lifesaver. And I was going to be all right because at the center of me, as I know at the center of you, there's a strength, a resiliency, a resourcefulness, a wisdom, love, compassion, and a passion for life that is untouched by current or past human circumstances. We all have this place inside, this place of spirit, this place of true knowing, and it is vital to our well-being to connect into and listen to the Christ spirit within, not just when we're in crisis, but as an ongoing way of living our life, honing our practices to allow us to live this truth into more and more of our day, and to anchor our truth into our physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and energetic bodies. And that ties into the fifth principle of unity. It's not enough to know something. We must apply it for it to make a difference in our life. And what is that saying? If you change 1 degree of something in your life, where you are 10 years from now, if you think about a protractor, where you are 10 years from now is vastly different and much greater than that 1 degree shift that we're experiencing in the moment. And today we're going to practice this listening. This ceremony is a rite of passage into a new beginning, a fresh start. It's a sacred journey, an opportunity to connect and listen within. As described in the words of Emily Cady, learn how to be still and listen to that which the Spirit will say to you through the intuitional part of your being. The light that you crave will come out of the deep silence and become manifest to you from within yourself if you will but keep still and look to it from that source. The writer of the book of Revelation speaks of those who conquer or overcoming, which means those who are moving forward with faith and overcoming the challenges that they have in the real circumstances of their life, and being receptive to the highest and best, even in the midst of those circumstances. To those, a new name is given, a new sense of self, a new sense of life. During the White Stone ceremony, what will come to you is a spiritual name or identity, a spiritual name that has been decreed just for you. This is a naming of yourself or a renaming of your life for this coming year that we humans call 2026 in our calendar time of keeping. And because so much of the world follows this, if you think, did anyone see some of the fireworks going on around the planet? Billions of people have a focus on this new year. Therefore, it has potency and power in my understanding of energetics. So it's a kind of christening with a new name, a new sense of identity, and true christening means Christ finding or remembering to the God connection that we be. The new name may be a title. It may be a new authentic quality of living, of being. We're told in the Bible that God's name came to Moses as, I am that I am. And so you may choose to start with I am and follow with an identity. Or a state of being. I am understanding. I am healthy. I am a writer. I am a teacher. I am benevolence. I am faith. Or you may choose to simply put the word without the I am. Let it be revealed from that sacred place and not from the thinking, rational mind. We're so blessed to have both aspects of the brain, right? The part of the brain, the left part of the brain that analyzes and is structure and form and sequence and takes ideas into actioning. And the right side of the brain, the visionary, the creative force, as it moves together and we have a holistic brain communicating with the holistic heart. And if you have ever done martial arts, we know that we also must engage our lower core. For women, our womb space. For men, the lower dantian. And so having our holistic being open. And now some of you may not get your name during our time together. I encourage you to let that be okay. And know that you can take your tile home with you, your white stone representative, and be with it in your own time. And still allow the core wisdom, your Christ consciousness, to reveal, rather than the mind. When my mind is kind of worried, I see it as I'm searching and searching with just my mind. It's like being in a maze, and I'm like a rat or a mouse, trying to find my way out or find my food. There's a franticness to it, a worryingness to it. So I encourage you to come into your center core and allow your knowing to come from that. And so, Deborah, if you'd like to pass out the white tiles, and she'll pass out felt, and I do believe there's a felt for each person. I ask that you do not write on the stone until the place we're invited to write on the stone. And this is a sacred heart opening and revelation opportunity. Are you open and receptive to that? Willing to receive from your own presence? And so we'll start with our meditation song in a moment, followed by guiding insights and statements of affirmation and denial, denying that our human circumstances can usurp our true power. That will be followed by 2 minutes of silence. And then you will be invited to pick up your felt and write the name or the word revealed to you, or the phrase. I invite you to hold your stone in your hand, knowing that symbolically this white tile represents your white stone, your symbol of freedom, just like the released Roman prisoners. And no matter how many times you've done it, the invitation again is to come to this experience with an open mind, an open heart.